Welcome to the Pine Creek Trail, located in the north central region of Pennsylvania. This 65-mile rail trail goes from Jersey Shore to Wellsboro. We were riding out and back for this adventure and completed a 32-mile section between Ross Run, located at mile marker 40, up to Ansonia at about mile marker 8. We chose this section because the gorge narrows here with cliffs more than 800 feet high.
Pre-trail jitters done. We are packed up. Little Red is all locked up and we are on the trail. We started this morning right around mile marker 40. That's the Ross Run recreational parking. And we're gonna be counting down the mile markers today. We're gonna go from 40 all the way down to number 8. That's about 32 miles up for us and should take us entirely through the gorge. And then we'll turn around and head back. We saw a number of down branches or branches over power lines this morning driving up the 44 and 414 to get to the trailhead. And I was wondering if we were going to see any trees down over the trail. And we have. Ooh, this is pretty big. I don't know if we can move that on our own.
No, let's not move it. I can help you lift my bike over. My e-bike weighs about 60 pounds. Our 3 batteries weigh about 10 pounds each, so we were glad the tree wasn't any bigger.
Didn't really account for the weight of the panniers, but
Good job, honey.
it was a little bit heavier than I thought.
Nicely done. Okay, get your bike over, or get your wheel over. Honey, it's just leave it, sweetheart.
Okay, that's not budging.
No, it's...
We didn't bring a chainsaw, huh? Okay, that's a first for us. For the number of trails and the miles that we've run, I'm surprised we haven't run into a down tree, a sizable down tree before. Wow, there's a comfort station right there. Okay, pit toilets, camping area. So you can fish in Pine Creek year-round, but it requires a special permit, and it's catch and release only. Apparently, there is great fishing, but you can't keep anything that you pull out.
There was this really interesting pioneer cemetery dating back all the way to the early 1800s along the trail. The headstones encircled this beautiful ancient tree.
Oh, another comfort station. What a lot. There are so many facilities on this trail. This is Tomb Flats access point. Pit toilet, bike fix-it station, picnic tables, camping area, all the goodies. Pine Creek Outfitters runs a bike rental business where they drop you off at the top of the gorge and you ride the 28 miles all the way down to Slate Run, and that's the pickup point.
In addition to the numerous trailheads, comfort stations, and campgrounds, small-town businesses all along the well-maintained Pine Creek Trail cater to trail users, like this one, Wolf's General Store in Slate Run, where you can pick up supplies or maybe even a souvenir or two.
It's like a cathedral made out of sycamore trees. Mile marker 30. That marks our 10th mile into the trail. Pretty little town. This is Cedar Run, right at mile marker 30. See a few rental lodges here. See lots of bikes on porches. Hop in a little town. And an ice cream shop. Gotta have an ice cream shop. It's about 45 degrees right now. I don't think ice cream is in our future for this run. There's a little fixer-upper. Great spot though.
There are 4 historic truss bridges located south of the gorge: Tomb, Ramsey, Waterville, and the final truss bridge heading north, Cedar Run, which is the one we got to see. All of the bridges were built in the early 1900s by the American Bridge Company, specifically for the railroad. The Cedar Run Bridge spans 420 feet across the below crystal clear Pine Creek.
just entered the state forest lands here. Let's see if we get a mile marker. Oh, Rattlesnake Rock. Okay.
The timber rattlesnake, which this area is named after, is the most common venomous snake in Pennsylvania. We learned from one of the plaques along the trail that you can tell a venomous snake from the shape of its pupils. Venomous have cat-like slits, while non-venomous have round ones like ours.
Now, the only problem with that information is you've got to get close enough to the snake to look it right in the eyes and see what shape its pupils are. Ludwig's Trailside Bed and Breakfast.
In addition to camping, there are numerous B&Bs with direct access to the trail.
So we were curious about what the condition of the trail was going to be, and other than that one down tree, I can tell you this trail is in excellent condition. It's crushed gravel, but it's very well groomed. We should be coming up on a narrow pass, a narrow gap. And this will be all sunny in the afternoon. We're coming back this way. So we should be nice and toasty warm in the afternoon. Yeah, we're climbing a little bit, it feels like.
The Pine Creek Trail is considered mostly flat, but it does run slightly uphill with a 2% grade from south to north, gaining about 600 feet of elevation.
Today's trail ride is all about the natural beauty. We are going to totally struggle trying to capture this on the camera.
The Pine Creek Gorge was formed 20,000 years ago when a glacial lake burst its banks, causing a torrent of water to carve the deep valley. The commonly heard label Pennsylvania's Grand Canyon dates back to the 1930s, when a local promoter added the moniker to encourage tourism to the region. And it worked. The area currently attracts about 400,000 adventurers a year.
Time to put in the foot warmers.
Got my foot warmers.
How are the toe heaters working? We have happy toasty feet now. We are definitely back in business.
The Tiadaghton Trailhead is a main gateway into the gorge with full facilities. But back in 1891, this area looked much different, with laborers hand-picking their way through the canyon walls to create the switchbacks for the trains to get lumber from the canyon to New York for processing. Sawmills also sprung up around this area to process the timber locally. The town of Tiadaghton rose around these operations, and at its height, the town had stores, homes, and even its own school. But unfortunately, by 1906, poor conservation practices led to the area being completely stripped of its trees. The businesses left, and the town diminished. The land was later turned into a state park and painstakingly replanted with the beautiful forest we see today.
Another wide open spot. Just cliffs to the right, mountains on the left.
Just before reaching Tiadaghton from the south, the trail doubles in width with the addition of a service road which gives access to tour groups and trail maintenance vehicles.
It's the Turkey Path.
There are multiple places along the trail, especially at the bridges, that you can climb down to the water's edge and get a closer look at the Pine Creek. There are also 2 state parks that bookend the trail, with Little Pine State Park in the south and Colton Point State Park in the north.
It's very difficult to pay attention to the trail. I'm glad it is a wide, smooth trail so you can just look around. You can see some exposed rocks up at the top of the cliff. I think we're just gonna make it around that bend. It keeps getting better. We're way up at the north end. We've only got about 3.5 miles to go. I am sure it's private. It is pretty. Notice, please keep off the bridge. We will. We're gonna keep off that bridge, but it's gonna make us sad to have to pass it up. That looked like a lot of fun. He's taking his dog on a grateful jog.
When we first saw these wagons coming toward us, we actually thought they were Amish buggies, but we soon discovered they were wagon tours. Seeing that every seat was taken, I'm guessing pre-booking tickets online would probably be a good idea.
Now this trailhead's got quite a few more people.
We were getting hungry, and the Darling Run picnic area looked really tempting to stop at, but that was not our planned goal, so we continued on just a wee bit more up the trail.
Uh-oh, I see construction. the best laid plans. Hey, if nothing else, we've got picnic tables back at Coal Run. We're gonna play this out. It's only gonna be a couple hundred more yards here.
We did locate the double-lane bridge and even got to see where the wagon tours began, but without a table or bench, we agreed that Darling Run would be the best picnic spot, so we headed back to make that our official stopping point.
Ready to go?
Lunch is done.
Lunch is done. Well, the last mystery is solved. The tree is still there, so we will be lifting our bikes back over that tree because it is way too heavy for us to move ourselves.
Our last mile. What a trail.
Ah, we made it back! And we are at 66.13 miles. Good job, hon.
Thanks for joining us on Pennsylvania's Pine Creek Trail, and be sure to leave a comment to join in on the conversation.